Good afternoon, Acworth Business Association. How we all doing today? Come on in. All right. I like to hear it. Nice. Good energy in the room, y'all. Hey, listen, my name is Dale Hoflinger. I'm with Wells Fargo Bank, and I'm the president-elect for the Acworth Business Association. I'm up here to introduce some folks today and give out a few announcements. So we have a delicious lunch for you. If you haven't grabbed it, make sure you do. We've got some good drinks in the back as well. Today, our lunch is sponsored by Adrienne's Delectables. And so make sure you grab that food. It's absolutely delicious. The monthly sponsor for today is the Acworth Tourism Bureau Authority and the Acworth Downtown Development Team. We want to give them a big round of applause. Thank you for sponsoring us this afternoon. All right, a couple quick announcements. Due to social distancing requirements, April Fool's has been postponed until September 1st. Okay, so we'll put that in your calendar. September 1st is our new April Fool's Day. And also, for a public service announcement for the Acworth folks out here, due to April Fool's Days, please do not believe anything you see on Facebook, as in every other day. All right, I've got some great folks I'm going to bring up on stage here today. So we got Pastor Mike Lynch. He's going to give us our invocation today. We got Corporal Lamar Ullman. He's going to do our pledge. And then James Albright with the City of Acworth. Come on up, y'all.
Well, we are so glad to see everybody here today. You know what a community's made of when you come through a crisis. This time last year, we couldn't imagine sitting in this room. So how about a round of applause for our amazing city team here in Acworth that's kept the ball moving and all the community leaders. Would y'all join me in a word of prayer? Father, you have blessed us beyond measure. And Father, way beyond our ability to deserve it. And we just look around this room today and we thank you for the people that make this community that we all know and love happen. And Father, today we pray that you continue to bless it, continue to use it. And Father, thanks for the amazing food we've gotten to eat today. And just pray that you will use that to fuel our bodies so we can go out and serve others a little bit better than we did yesterday. And so, Father, today we pray over Mayor as he gets ready to share and cast vision for us on where we're going. And we thank you for this time. It's in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen.
If everyone would please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I have the opportunity today to introduce to you our elected officials and strategic partners in the room. We do have a lot of special guests today, so in the case that I do miss you, I will let you know in advance. At the end, I'll give you an opportunity as an elected official to stand and state your name and the position you serve in if I do forget you, and I apologize in advance. With the City of Acworth, we have Mayor Tommy Allegood, Alderman Tim Houston, Alderman Brett North, Alderman Gene Pugliese, Alderman Tim Richardson, City Manager Brian Bultice, and Chief of Police Wayne Denard. From the Cobb County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Craig Owens. From the Cobb County School Board, Board Chair Randy Scamahorn. From the Cobb County NAACP, President Emeritus, Ms. Deanne Bonner. From the Cobb Chamber of Commerce, we have Chairman John Loud and President and CEO Sharon Mason with us. From Cobb Travel and Tourism, we have CEO Holly Quinlan. From our friends in Bartow County, we have Chairman Steve Taylor and County Manager Peter Olson. From the City of Kennesaw, we have Councilman Doc Eaton, Councilwoman Tracy Vyers, City Manager Jeff Drobny, and Chief of Police Bill Westenberg. We are also represented today by the federal level. We have U.S. Congressman Barry Loudermilk's office, and we have Chase Sanger here representing his office today. Senator Raphael Warnock's office, Perrin Bostic. Senator John Ossoff's office, Zenobia Haynes. And we have two special groups of people that we want to recognize today that are really close to this community. If you are currently serving in public safety, if you could please stand and be recognized. We appreciate what you do. The other group are area superintendents and our principals. They have been through a trying year, to say the least, with virtual learning and in person. If you could please stand and be recognized. And if I missed any elected officials, if you'd like to stand and please state your name and the position you serve in. All right, not too bad. Thank you.
Nice job. All right, good crowd, y'all. We've got a lot of people in here. We really appreciate y'all coming. I want to share real quick with you some of my favorite things about the Acworth Business Association, and those are our events. And so, yes, we're at our luncheon, delicious food, great opportunities, good speakers, but we also have other events we'd like y'all to come and attend. So where are my jolters at? I know I saw some of y'all in here. Raise your hands. So I see, there we go. We got some jolters in here. Appreciate you coming. Every second and fourth Tuesday, 7:45 in the mornings. Come on in, tell us who you are, and what makes a great referral. We'd love to have you. We meet at the Cowan Historic Mill, second and fourth Tuesday, 7:45. All right, Alive After Fives. This is a pretty awesome event. Next Thursday at Center Street Tavern, 5:30. We'd love to have you come on by. We got drinks, food, great opportunity to network, grab a business card, and see how we can all work together and send referrals. Ladies, where are my ladies at? I know there's a lot of y'all in here. There is a women's business lunch coming up April 15th at Doro's Pizza for 11:30 a.m. RSVP is required, or there will be a surcharge. Please RSVP. So the women's lunch, Doro's Pizza, 11:30 on April 15th. And now let's hear from our president of the Acworth Business Association, Kim Wigington.
Dale, my offer still stands. You come to the women's lunch, I'll provide the dress. All right, very good. You know, in Acworth, our tourism has the tagline, "You're welcome in Acworth." And it's not just a saying here, it's definitely a way of life. And when my family moved here 16 years ago, we felt welcome from the beginning. We've got great neighbors here like Henry and Claudia Chandler. When we were looking for property to build our school, Brookwood Christian, the dyslexia school in downtown Acworth, everybody at City Hall sat down with us, and we went over a map of the city, and they helped us through the process. And my realtor was shocked. He was like, I don't know of any other city that would do this. And so they helped me decide on what property to buy. And, you know, there's this old saying, you can't beat City Hall. Well, here, that kind of takes on a new meaning. And you really can't beat them because they're the best there is. Acworth City Hall is, in my opinion, the best. And Mayor Tommy, I'm really excited to hear what you have to say today. And I want to thank you and everybody else in government in Acworth for making my family and my school feel welcome in Acworth. Thanks. Thank you. All right, where are Dr. Andrew Payne and Lewis Preston? Where are you guys? All right, back here in the corner. All right, so they are with membership. So if you are interested in becoming a member, please see them. And out on the tables outside, there are membership levels on paper for you. And it tells you all the sponsorships that you get along with them that Kelly Nagel with Nagel's Bagels is going to tell you all about. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I read this morning that in 1939, here in America, we were still trying to recover from the Great Depression. And there was a man in his community, much like Acworth, named Carl Stotts. And he was playing ball with his son. And he went to catch a ball, and he tripped, and he hurt his foot. And he was sitting there on his front porch and nursing his foot, and he said, you know what? I think our children need a safe place to play baseball. And so he built a field, and he got the people in his community to sponsor the things that they needed. And a few months later, the very first Little League baseball game happened. How many of you in this room played Little League baseball? Most of you did. That's because one man in a community, much like Acworth, decided to get involved. And that is what we are about here in Acworth, and that's what the Acworth Business Association is about. You know what? I don't want to change the world. I just want to help make Acworth better and do better for my business and yours. If that is what you want to do, then come see me after. Let's look at the sponsorships. Let's look at the events because, gosh, Mayor Tommy, we're a lot like 1939, aren't we? We're in the middle of rebuilding, and we could do something just as wonderful, just as world-changing as Little League Baseball, and it could start right here, but only if you guys are willing to help. So do you want to help me? Come see me after. Tommy, I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and one of the major, amazing things that we do so well in this community is honor our schools. So Todd, come up and let us know what school we're going to honor today.
Thank you so much, Kelly. It's my honor and privilege to be the chairperson of the Education Committee, and I'm honored to be able to do that because I get to interact with so many great schools in our community, and we are so blessed. And, you know, as I was thinking about this past year and just the ways that our principals and our schools have interacted with parents and their students, I've been so impressed by our community and just the job that our principals have done and their staffs have done. And I'm so grateful for the impact that they've had over the past year. And not only have they worried about the kids being educated, but I've also had conversations with almost all of them about where they're worried about the kids' hunger and being able to provide for the kids and them being able to get the resources they need. And so I'm so grateful for that. And let me just say this, if you want to be involved in one of our great schools in our community, come see me afterwards. I'd love to get you connected with one of them because I think you'll see exactly what I saw and see a great team of people who are serving our community so well and are really out there on the front lines making a difference and raising the future leaders of our community. So I get the honor every month to introduce to you a school, and this month, the school of the month is Mccall Primary, and so I'm going to ask Tom Farrell, the principal of Mccall, just to come and share a few comments about their school.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you to the ABA for this recognition. It's been a challenging year, I'm not going to lie, but I'm very blessed to have a wonderful staff, so I'm going to use my minute to tell you a little bit about them. I have an amazing head custodian, Fred, who comes in well before anyone arrives in school every morning just to make sure he can fog the whole building. I have a cafeteria staff that is not only providing lunches to the kids in school, they're preparing meals. Any kid in the city or anywhere could come and get a meal from Mccall, and it's actually a week's worth of food they could pick up every week. And then my teachers and paraprofessionals, just a year ago, they didn't know how to teach virtually. We are teaching kindergartners and first graders at Mccall how to read, and we'll have 15 kids in class while we're concurrently teaching 5 kids virtually. And I can tell you, I looked at the numbers, yes, they are a little down, but it's not like you'd think. They're doing a great job. So if you get to interact with anyone who works in a public school, please thank them, because they are going above and beyond to meet the needs of the kids in our community. Thank you.
Tom, on behalf of the ABA, I have a gift for you and for Mccall Primary, just to bless your school and just to thank you for the great job that you're doing there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So now we're at the part of the schedule where you all were here for. It's time for the State of the City address, and you know, I was kind of bummed at the beginning of the year because I was, like many of you, worried that we might not be able to do this. And so when we talked about pushing it back and being able to move it to the spring, it excited me because this is one of my favorite events we do all year long. One, because we get to see so many of you, but two, because we get to hear from our mayor, who is such a great leader. And, you know, in reading and learning about leadership, one of the things you learn is that leadership flows from the top. And I think that's certainly true in our community. We can see that because we have a great mayor, we have great people in our government offices, we have great schools, we have great businesses. All of that flows from the top. And so we're so grateful, Mayor, for the investment you've made into our community, and we're so excited to hear what you have for us today. And so at this time, I want to ask you to turn your attention to the screens, where we're going to play a short video to kind of kick this thing off. Thank you so much.
I am welcome in Acworth.
I am welcome in Acworth.
I am welcome in Acworth.
I'm welcome in Acworth.
I am welcome in Acworth.
I'm welcome in Acworth.
I am welcome in Acworth.
I'm welcome in Acworth.
I'm welcome in Acworth.
I am 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 welcome in Acworth. Yeah, baby.
We are welcome in Acworth.
Somos bienvenidos en Acworth.
We are welcome
in Acworth.
We're welcome in Acworth.
We're welcome in Acworth.
We're welcome in Acworth.
We're welcome in Acworth.
We're welcome in Acworth.
We're welcome in Acworth.
We are welcome in Acworth.
We are welcome in Acworth. We are welcome in Acworth.
I'm Tim Houston, and you are welcome in Acworth.
I'm Gene Pugliese, and you're welcome in Acworth.
I'm Brett North, and you are welcome in Acworth.
I'm Butch Price. You are welcome in Acworth.
You are welcome in Acworth.
And you are welcome to our State of the City for 2021. It is my honor and my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of our City Council and our city staff to come and be with us today. We have a really great message, a story to tell you today about our community. And today we're going to celebrate our extraordinary brand, the brand that's right above my head. It is an important part of our story about our success that every person in this room is part of our success story. You're part of our story. You see, our brand creates a very unique connection. It makes people want to come to our city. It makes people want to come and eat in our restaurants. It makes people want to come and shop in our shops. It makes people want to come and recreate in our city. And it makes people want to come and start a family here, raise a family here, and start a business here and invest in our community. You see, our brand, ladies and gentlemen, is what people see and what they feel when they hear our name. It's a very unique connection. Back in 2014, our tourism team began a partnership with the Finning Group, Gibb and Brittany Finning. And the mission that they began together was a journey that's still going on today. And the mission was to create a brand, a connecting point that when people saw that connecting point, that they were inspired and they would want to come to our city. So the first thing that the Finning Group did is they began a series of surveys as they surveyed hundreds and hundreds of people. And they asked them one question. They said, what is it that brings you to Acworth? And so here's what we heard over and over. People told us that they came because they felt safe. They came because we were a friendly community. They felt our friendliness. They came because we were inclusive. We had something for everyone. We were a welcoming community. They came because we had a great quality of life, and they wanted to be a part of that quality of life. They came because we were a destination, a point that they wanted to come to. So it was from the survey, it was from that unique gathering of information that Finning and our tourism team created the brand. You're welcome in Acworth. And that's what we're going to celebrate today. You know, our city council, the guys on our city council that I serve with, have always had a vision that we would build our brand on our great quality of life. And here's what we believe. This is what we think that leadership is all about. We believe that we are going to deliver life-changing leadership, and we want to make sure that our leadership has influence. And the influence that would come from the fact that we would create leadership that never says I, leadership that always says we. See, it's all about having inclusive leadership, making sure that we're including everybody in our leadership. And from that, we have built a brand that has influence. This is Dr. Mark Zandi. He is the chief economist for the National League of Cities, and I'm not going to ask anybody exactly how many cities you think there are in the nation, because you might not be able to guess. There's about 20,000 cities. The cities are members of the National League of Cities. Here's what Dr. Mark Zandi says about the pandemic. He says, American cities are experiencing unprecedented financial and societal consequences as a result of this pandemic downturn. Unprecedented. How many times have we heard that during the last 12 months? Well, you see what we did here in our community early on, we began to adapt, we prayed, and we realized that we were being blessed as a community in a very special way. We were blessed to really experience our very best year. So in this year of pandemic, we've had an extraordinary year for quality of life and quality growth in our community. With all of our city services, that early in this journey of pandemic, we were so concerned we have never had any interrupted services. During this past year, 700 new residents moved into our city, bringing our population to right at 24,000. We ended the year by adding 50 new businesses, 375 new households. Our Part 1 crime was down by 24%. Those Part 1 crimes have some felony crimes in there, and that's crimes of persons against persons. So we're really proud of that. And our real estate values went up almost by 10%. It's been really an extraordinary year. I want to take the opportunity to thank this Acworth Business Association because you have helped us through this year build our brand to be this business destination that business people want to come and invest and open businesses here. Take the opportunity to thank Shannon Stahl for her leadership last year. As we started out the year, we didn't know we were going to be in the middle of a pandemic, and it kind of altered the way that we met, and Shannon figured it out. She kept us connected. She did a great job. And then I want to thank Kim Wigington. Kim for taking the reins this year, and she has promised us to get us through the rest of this pandemic. She says the pandemic will officially end at the end of the year, right? Thank you, Kim. I want to thank all of our Business Association friends. Thank you so much for your leadership and your support and your commitment during this time. I want to take the opportunity to recognize and congratulate Becky Cross, YMCA's Becky Cross. You see, Becky created a really special program. And in doing so, she created a program that became the most effective food delivery program in all of the state of Georgia. And we're so proud. This business association has chosen her to be the person of the year because her program, ladies and gentlemen, delivered meals to over 300,000 people in our community. I want to take the opportunity to congratulate our police department. Wayne Denard is our police chief, and this business association, for all you law enforcement people that are in the room, this business association chose our police department to be the business of the year, and we're so proud of that. And here's why our business association chose our police department. They chose our police department because they trust our police department to keep them safe. And they like the reputation that our police department has built in our community. I want to take the opportunity to congratulate Janet Paulson. She is the Cobb Chamber Citizen of the Year. She represents our community. And for those of you who might not know, in 2014, Janet suffered a very tragic act of domestic violence in her home. It was so tragic and violent that it left her in a wheelchair. But since that time, since 2014, she's made a remarkable recovery. She is, her faith, her tenacious spirit has her now working all throughout the state of Georgia. She's become an advocate for men and women who are experiencing domestic violence. So we're so proud of Janet. God bless you so much. Thank you for representing our community statewide. You know, we talked about delivering uninterrupted services, and if you were not in city government, you didn't really know exactly what that meant. We've had an extraordinary year. We deliver extraordinary services, and we had challenges. Not only the pandemic, we had lots of weather challenges, but we did such a great job, and we know at the end of the year that we have delivered extraordinary services that we believe are the very best tax value for our citizens and for our businesses in all of America. Our police department, again, working every day to build a brand. See, we understand how important it is to build that brand, to build trust every single day. The chief has a saying. He always says that it's always about doing the right thing. And we appreciate the men and women in our police department, and we appreciate the fact that still today, we're ranked as one of the safest cities in all of Georgia. Here's our finance team. Lindy Tisdale is our director there, doing a marvelous job. We have just been recognized for the 20th year in a row for our financial reporting achievement. This is a national recognition, and we are so grateful for great leadership there. Here's our community development team, and we have Christine Dobbs is our director, Lloyd Fassel is our head building inspector. We added two folks to our team this year. We added MD to our GIS department, and we added Edward Slade to what we are now calling our quality of life coordinator. It's code word for code enforcement. So we're really excited to have these folks on board. Here's the philosophy. Here's the mission in our community development team every single day is to make sure that we are delivering services, what Kim talked about, that we're delivering services to our businesses in order to make our businesses success. That's what we exist for. That's what we exist to do. Here's our administration team. Right in the center there is Brian Bultice, our city manager, and then there's Rachel Ballard. She is our HR director. Christy is our assistant city clerk and my gatekeeper, and she does a good job at holding the gate closed. And Keith is our IT director, Allison IT, Regina Russell, our city clerk, Maria Kirby, HR, and Alex Almovidar is our assistant to the city manager. These folks do a marvelous job. They are there at City Hall, and they're folks that are working day in and day out to help to manage all the processes that are going on in the city. Here's our Power and Public Works team. Angie Luna is our director there, and again, uninterrupted services to over 8,500 locations. Those are both residential locations as well as commercial locations in and around our city. Our customer service team safely managed 25,000 customer service transactions last year. Wayne Tumbleson's our manager there. He does a really wonderful job. Our Parks and Recreation Department, James Albright is our director, again, doing a great job. In our Parks and Recreation Department, we've got all kinds of programs, but we're so proud of the fact that we're always thinking and creating new life-changing programs that will make our citizens' lives better. Court Services, we're really excited about this one. Court Services has just launched the very first citation resolution service in all of the state of Georgia, so we are number one in this. And let me tell you exactly how it works. There's the chief, and you can see he's gotten pulled over and he's getting a ticket. That's right. And like a lot of people, chief doesn't think he was speeding. So under this new resolution, Court Services, what he's able to do, he's able to go online and contact our solicitor, Randall Bentley, and he contacts him online and he tells him through this new service, and he says, look, this is Chief Denard. I've been pulled over. I don't think I was speeding. And so Randall kind of looks at the ticket, and he immediately contacts Judge Mays via being online. And together they look, and they realize that he was caught on radar. So they know that he was speeding. And the good news is they decide the chief has to pay. We do take credit cards, so they decide the chief has to pay. But here's the really, really special news for the chief is that he got to have his day in court, and he didn't have to go to court, and he still got to pay the fine. So that was good. That was a win-win for everybody. This is going to be a really great service for our citizens and for our businesses. Hope any of you in this room don't have to use that real soon. Our city team is committed to deliver quality of life services that make life better for citizens in our community. And we're committed to deliver business services that make our business successful. You see, we've built our brand for success. That's what our brand is all about, to make sure that we make our citizens and our businesses successful. So we want to take this opportunity now to recognize our legal team. Doug Haney and Daniel White are in the room today. I think Greg Litchfield might be here, and Sally. We're so proud of our team and the great job that they do. They are our quality of life partners. They're helping us build our brand because of the economic development, all the transactions and things that they do. They do a wonderful job for us. Here's our tourism team. Melinda Howe is our chairman this year. We told you the story about our brand and kind of how we start building that brand through our tourism. But here's the rest of the story. That brand that we began in 2014, we still work on that today. And today, the Finning team is still part of this, working on this brand, and still, because we're always marketing our city, we're always thinking of new creative ways to market our city. We pay for our branding, ladies and gentlemen, from the hotel motel tax dollars that we collect from our hotels. So thank you, and the Finning group is in the room today. I'm thankful that Gib and Brittany are here with us today. Here's our Downtown Development Authority. They do a wonderful job. Their mission, ladies and gentlemen, is to make sure that they promote and bring business to our downtown business district. Kim Wigginton is our chairman, and we are so proud of the fact in the last 20 years, our Downtown Development Authority has facilitated over $100 million worth of investment in our historic downtown, which now includes both the lakeside as well as the parkside part of our downtown. Here's our Acworth Lake Authority. That we are finishing up our 30-year master plan there for Cobb Park. Steve Prather is our chairman there. These guys do a great job. They are working right now. The finishing touches of our master plan for Cobb Park are going to include this trail around the lake, and you've heard about this for years. We have the funding in place, and today we're going to draw that into our master plan, and that lake trail will go from the west side of Cobb Park all the way around the lake and enter back in Cobb Park on the east side. Our planning and zoning team, economic development year that they've had a wonderful year, and Ben Flanagan is our chairman there. They approved and recommended to our city council 6 brand new neighborhoods this year. Here's our art house, Acworth Arts Alliance. Their home is the art house in right here on Parkside, right across Logan Farm Park here. Kathy Green is our director, had a wonderful year. And this year, as always, our mission here is always to educate and to promote our visual arts. And this past year, we had over 2,000 people to come and visit our art house. Our tree commission, recognized for the 32nd year in a row nationally as being recognized as a tree city. Sylvia Flanagan is our chairman there. These folks do such a wonderful job promoting tree preservation in our community. Acworth Cultural Arts. We're so proud of our Acworth Cultural Arts. Their mission, performing arts. And our Jerry Haradaway is our chairman there. They had a really great year also, with 17 different events and performances during this past year. And then there's the Save the Acworth History Foundation, Mac Turner's team that works so hard. Their mission is to preserve our history, to preserve not only the oral history, but to preserve physical historic assets in our community. And they're just finishing a project here, which was the Acworth Christian Church right in our downtown historic district, a major preservation effort. And I dare say that there's not been another preservation effort of a church like this in all of the state of Georgia. Mac, your team did a wonderful job, and thank you so much. I want to take the opportunity to recognize and thank community elected partnerships, because we are so blessed to have so many people that are working on our behalf and doing such a great job. The city of Kennesaw, our good friends there, my good friend, Derek Easterling, and then we have Councilwoman Byers and Councilman Eaton that are here with us today. Chief Westenberger is here with us today. Jeff Drobny is here with us today. You see, working together, both cities, we're working with kind of a common thread in mind, and that is to build a really great quality of life. I want to thank Congressman Loudermilk's office that does such a good job representing us, and as we're working on some transportation funding for our community, we want to thank them. We want to thank our state representatives, Ed Setzler and Senator Lindsey Tippins. We want to thank our good friend Randy Scamerhorn, who is the chairman for Cobb Board of Education, such an important partner in our community because education is so important to us. And we want to recognize Steve Taylor, Commissioner Steve Taylor from Bartow County. They're our next door neighbors, and Chairman Taylor is here with us today. Thank you so much. And he is such a great partner for us. You know, a lot of our physical boundaries actually touch Bartow County. and he's been a great partner. And then we want to congratulate Senator Ossoff and Senator Warnock. They have representatives here today, and we look forward to opportunities to talk to them about some transportation funding opportunities for our community. Then there are Cobb County partnerships. You know, I tell everybody we're in a new season of leadership here in Cobb County, and it's a good season of leadership with a lot of promise and a lot of opportunity. I want to take the opportunity to congratulate our good friend, Chairwoman Lisa Cupid. She has been our friend, and we've had a working relationship with Lisa for the past 12 years, and we're excited about the future. We want to welcome Jerica Richardson, and we want to welcome Monique Sheffield, and we want to say thank you to our good friend Joanne Barrell. And we want to give a shout out to our District 1 Commissioner, Kelly Gambrell, is watching online right now. So Kelly, I know you're watching. Thank you for being a great partner, and I know you're with your mom, Trish. We hope you have a great day. Thanks again for being a really, really great partner to us. And then we want to take an opportunity to congratulate our new district attorney, Flynn Brody. And then we want to congratulate and thank our brand new sheriff, Craig Owens, for being here with us today. And I know you brought some of your command staff, so we're so thankful to have you here. And we're thankful for the opportunities that we've talked about to work together with law enforcement. We've got some ideas, and we're excited about that. I want to thank our Cobb County Chamber of Commerce partners that have done so much in our community to help small business. This past year, the Chamber had the opportunity to facilitate about $48 million worth of CARES Act dollars to businesses all around Cobb County. Now, for us, in our community, businesses in our community qualified and earned over $1 million of CARES Act dollars that actually were facilitated through the Chamber. It was federal money, came from the federal government through the county and through the Chamber. I want to take the opportunity to thank my good friend John Loud, who is the chairman this year, as well as my good friend Sharon Mason together. See, they took the extra steps to make sure that businesses in this community knew how to apply for this CARES Act money, that understood the qualification. It was a really special process. Thank you so much. Then our good friends at Cobb Travel and Tourism, there's Holly Quinlan. Holly is a great connector for us. She has done so much to help us promote tourism. She was the connecting point for the Finney Marketing Group. So, Holly, I know you're here. I saw you earlier today. Thank you so much for all of your support. Then we want to take an opportunity to thank all of our principal partners. You know, nobody wants to move to a community that has bad schools. Nobody wants to invest in a community that has bad schools, bad test scores, bad reputation. And we are so blessed. These are our community principals, and they do such a wonderful job at educating our children and providing, helping us to build that brand. You see that brand of quality of life, of where people want to be. At the top of the list is schools, I can tell you that. And then thank you to all the partners. We've got lots and lots of partners that without certain partnerships, we would have holes and gaps in our community. Our good friend Deanne Bonner with the NAACP is here with us today. Thank you, Deanne, for our partnership there, for the WellStar partnership. Sherry Martin with Cobb Community Foundation, an important partnership there. All of law enforcement, fire, police, sheriffs, we are so blessed to have all of you here today. Thanks for taking your time. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Cobb Library, all of Cobb County staff, partnerships that are so, so important to us. So here we are in the middle of a pandemic, a season of social unrest, some of the most probably uncertain times that any of us have ever experienced. And this Acworth Business Association and this business community continues to grow and continues to invest in our quality of life. See, what we know is we know that our brand has influence. It's the kind of influence that creates this best business destination where people want to come and invest in our community. So it's been an extraordinary year for us. And we believe that you are the reason that 2020 was our very best year. See, working together, we adapted. We reprogrammed our programs. We invested in our businesses. We energized, and together we prayed. We adapted our meetings. This business association did a marvelous job in keeping everyone, all of our businesses adapted. So making that connection and connecting everyone and doing this on a regular basis was so important. It was an important part of us having such a successful year, and so we thank this business association. We also had a really unique opportunity. We had an opportunity to receive $1,200,000 this past year. It was came through the federal government, and it came directly to us, and it was part of the CARES Act dollars allocated for our city. Our city council, the minute we got that money, they said, look, here's what we want to do. We want to share this with our business community. We're going to dedicate half of this money to our business community. We created what was called the CARES Business Act Grant Program, and 115 businesses applied for this and qualified and were given CARES Act grants. I'd like for you to hear what some of them had to say.
Well, outside of the psychological stress impact,
Everything drastically slowed down almost to a snail's pace.
Our machines completely stopped. Basically, it hadn't happened in 25 years that we've never had our machines stop.
Not really knowing what to expect from day in and day out.
We were hit very, very hard by it. It allowed us to continue to pay all of our employees the normal pay prior to COVID.
We used it for utilities.
It gave us an opportunity to remain open, to get some things paid that we needed to get paid, because, you know, in restaurants, once that cash flow stops, everything stops. The Acworth Care Grant was a blessing. It was really a lifeline.
it was really a great thing for the city to do for the businesses of Acworth. And I know it's something that a lot of cities did not do, and we really appreciate it.
Thankfully, we have some teenagers that really wanted to be able to work past the summer, and we've been able to keep them working, and we've had more time with our 2-year-old too, being that they're able to work because we're able to pay them.
I can't thank the mayor and the board of aldermen and everybody who had anything to do with CARES here in the city of Acworth. I owe them a great deal of gratitude.
Thanks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're on Parkside right now. We have the lakeside part of our business district, and this is Parkside. 1885 in November opens on Parkside. It is our very first business, and it's a restaurant that opens on our Parkside. And I want to take the opportunity to thank the investors and owners, Mike Schroeder and Leslie and Miguel Morales, for their vision to put 1885 exactly where they put it. And they did, and make a substantial investment in our community. I know some of you are probably wondering what Miguel is doing with those scissors, and I took them away. When I saw that, I took them away from him immediately because he's not licensed to use those scissors. So we're going to give him some training on that. Red Top Brew House opens on Main Street. Big opening back in the fall there. We were really, really excited because, see, Red Top Brew House is our very first brewery in our community. So we're really, really excited. Once again, Rob and Jonathan making a very substantial investment on Main Street. A real great addition to Main Street there. Great day of celebration as we did our ribbon cutting. And then we want to thank the Marcy family for Cowan Historic Mill Events Center that they transformed, and they're off to a great start there. They have multiple businesses in our community, and we have worked diligently in partnerships to help them as they have invested in our community, and we are so blessed to have the Marcy family in our community. Here's Charlie's Angels Movers. I want to give a shout out and say, Charlie Darien, you're welcome in Acworth. She has relocated her corporate offices to our industrial area there. And, you know, when I met Charlie and she told me what she did, I was so moved. You know, there's a part of me that would like to be one of Charlie's Angels. So I have talked to her about that. I'm going to talk to her more about it this afternoon. And Jim Croft, Jim Croft has just built and opened a new corporate office on Blue Springs Road, building yet another on the Croft campus there, building yet another building, housing all of his team today, and we're doing such a good job. You see, Jim, every single year, as a blessing to the men and women in our police department, has a special dinner recognizing the men and women in our police department. That's what our businesses do. That's how kind our businesses are to all of our city staff and the policemen and women. American Engineer opens their new corporate office here. They're on Highway 92, moving into our community. And once again, as soon as they get here, what do? They immediately begin to give back to our community. That's what our community is all about. Tractor Supply is open out on Highway 41, bringing more jobs there. And the Cobb Chamber of Commerce every single year recognizes 25 different businesses with Small Business Award. This year, we had 3 of our businesses be recognized by the Cobb Chamber. Brookwood Christian School, Kim Wigington, Jim Croft at Croft & Associates, and Ryan Blythe, the Georgia Trade School. Once again, having these special recognitions, and thank you, John and Sharon, for recognizing businesses, the hard work that businesses do all throughout Cobb County. North Cobb Christian School opens their new upper school there on their campus, a substantial investment as they continue to expand their campus there. And as of January 1, this past January, those kids were in school, in the classroom there at North Cobb Christian's Upper School. I want to take the opportunity to recognize Lloyd Milholland. Lloyd Milholland has just completed the Lombardi neighborhood transaction. And 3.5 years ago, there were old, condemned, broken down apartments there. Lloyd had the vision and made the investment to turn this neighborhood into a really unique craftsman-style neighborhood with 12 different homes there. Anchor Realty comes along. Melinda and her team come along. They sell out really quickly and bring 12 families to our downtown business district. All of this happens, ladies and gentlemen, because of our brand. Because the people that moved into this community that bought those houses realized that they wanted to be in downtown Acworth, and they knew exactly what they wanted, and they paid the price, and they've moved in. We're recognized by the Atlanta Business Chronicle as the #1 healthiest workplace in all of the businesses all throughout Atlanta. This is a great recognition because we were chosen out of thousands of businesses to be this #1 healthiest workplace. So that bodes well for our team, and it helps to keep our team so healthy with the great health program that we've got. In November, SPLOST passes, and what that means is the renewal of the 1 penny tax. It's a consumption tax. It's that renewal of that 1 penny. Really excited about that. And so SPLOST cycle number 5 begins at 2022. And when it ends at 2028, we will have received and invested back in our community $160 million. $160 million. That's a lot of SPLOST dollars, I can tell you that. And it's transformative when you think about what it does to a community. We had over 30 different streets, just like Center Street right here, that were transformed and updated using SPLOST dollars, all in different SPLOST cycles. We built a new city hall, built a brand new police station. This community center that we're in is built using SPLOST dollars. Thank goodness the partnership that we have with Cobb County allowed us to combine SPLOST dollars and to be able to build this wonderful community center. This is a quality of life community center. That's what it is. Ask the pickleball players that play here every day. And then we use SPLOST dollars to invest in a brand new library, a library that is equidistant between downtown Kennesaw and downtown Acworth, a really great library asset there. And then just kind of looking at our downtown, since 2000, we have built over 1,000 parking places in our downtown business district to support our businesses. We've used SPLOST dollars. All of our streetscapes have been transformed using SPLOST dollars. And we were able to even create the whole idea between the Lakeside District and the Parkside District. We were able to put in the infrastructure on the Parkside District using SPLOST dollars. And we knitted together a series of projects over a period of years to be able to put this infrastructure in. Ladies and gentlemen, without SPLOST, our community would not look the way it looks today. Now you got to remember, we said it was a 1 penny renewal. But for us, in our city here, we only get a little bitty fraction of that penny. And that adds up to a lot of money and a lot of transformation. I want to thank our good friends at C.W. Matthews. We are past the halfway point on our Highway 92 project, and got some really exciting news to share with you today. They have just told us that the bridge, that bridge right there on Highway 92 that we've been watching get constructed, they're going to open that thing up in May. And we're going to have not 4-lane traffic in the beginning, 2-lane traffic. We're going to be able to cross that bridge going back and forth. We'll abandon the old bridge, and so we'll be beginning to use that road at the end of May. They're estimating that they are going to be finished by November of 2022. So it's been a seamless project so far. They're right on schedule of where they want to be. I want to thank our pickleball partners. We've got many pickleball partners in the room today, and I want to thank them for, first of all, letting us be in here today, but I also want to thank them for helping us to become a destination that is known to be friendly and kind. And I hear on a regular basis, I'll hear pickleball players, folks that live in our city here, thanking people that come from other communities, thanking them for coming. It's really, really unique. It is really inspiring to be around such friendly people. And I also want to thank our pickleball partners. Carol and I would like to thank you for some lessons, because what we've learned is you really can teach some old dogs some new tricks. Thank you, Sheila. Okay, we honored all of our traditions, not leaving out anything this past year. Here's our Martin Luther King Celebration Day, such an important day for us. And we called on our good friend Ernest Davis to come, and we were here together with hundreds of kids, and we celebrated the legacy of Dr. King. And in doing so, what we did is we reminded our children how important it was to have a day of service and to make sure that we honored his legacy by serving other people. That's what Dr. King would want us to do. We celebrated Black History Month, and in doing so, we created a really great presentation. And the presentation was at our History Depot Center, and the presentation really took our different African American leaders that had kind of grown up here in our community, and we made a presentation honoring all of those folks that have done such a good job in helping us build a great quality of life. We adapted our menorah lighting. Dr. Rabbi Zalman there decided that we would have a drive-in menorah lighting. Probably the first one in the whole world to ever have a drive-in menorah lighting. It was a great night, but also it's a night that I'm always reminded about our community. It goes back to the brand, about us being this inclusive, caring community. It was really a great night. You know, we love our veterans, and we never miss an opportunity to celebrate the service of our veterans. There is Post 304. That is Memorial Day, a great celebration day, and they, because we couldn't be down at Patriots Point, they were out on Main Street there, giving a big celebration welcome to everybody riding up and down the street. Then, come Veterans Day, we decided that we would do a virtual presentation, and we called on our good friend Dallas Godfrey, Corporal Yolanda McIntosh, Dr. Richard Rosenberger, and we had a virtual online presentation. It was an inspiring story. If you get a chance, go back to our Parks and Recreation site and watch this. These folks told about their service to this nation, and how they learned how important it was to not only serve the nation, but to come home and serve their community. And we are so, so blessed. Dr. Rosenberger is in the room today, and we're going to kind of celebrate with him tonight and recognize him. He has just retired for the second time in all of his years. He's been our hometown doctor practicing medicine right here on Main Street for the last 50 years. And Richard, you have been such a blessing to this community, and we're going to miss you, and we hope you and Melody will still come and hang around with us here. So once again, here we are in the middle of this pandemic, a season of social unrest, and some of the most uncertain times that I know that we all feel like that we have kind of lived through. And our Acworth community citizens, our businesses, our churches, our city team are responsible for thousands and thousands of acts of kindness. I'll tell you, once again, it is our brand that has the kind of influence that inspires friendliness, kindness, and overwhelming generosity. It's these extraordinary acts of kindness that all of you in this room have given back to your community that has made 2020 our very best year. In the season of social unrest, from the time that we felt this season coming upon us, the men and women in our police department went out to community leaders. And what did they do? They went to community leaders and they prayed. They prayed with our community leaders. And the prayer was basically, keep our community safe and our citizens healthy, and unify our hearts, knit our hearts together, keep us unified. And we made those prayers known to one another, and we shared them with community leaders. As we began last summer, there were a lot of things happening all around the nation, and there were a lot of instances of social injustice that had happened. And so we, early on, felt like that we needed to make sure that we were giving men and women in our community an opportunity to have a voice. So we invited everybody to come to what we called our summer community conversations. And we gave them a voice to tell us exactly what you were feeling, how you were thinking, and we wanted to listen. It wasn't about having a debate. It was about listening and understanding what people were feeling and how they felt like that maybe they were being heard or weren't being heard. It was about listening. One of the things that we heard, that we listened to, and we did a good job of listening, was that we had minority businesses that felt like they needed some help. And they felt like that they just needed a little bit of help. So once again, we created, with this business association, an opportunity, a partnership. And we created this partnership for a minority-owned, veteran-owned, woman-owned, African-American-owned businesses. We brought them together. We called on our friend Ernest Davis again to come and to encourage and inspire. And we not only made a presentation, but we actually talked about better ways that we, as a community, could be a better partner and strengthen our minority businesses. Here's Doyle Hill right here. He is the very first African-American gentleman to be elected to our city council in 1982. It's a great story here. And so this past year, we created a park called the Doyle Hill Park. It's right across the street where our Rosenwald School is. And we dedicated this park to Doyle Hill. This is his family. This is the Hill family here. And we all gathered together and we celebrated the life and legacy of Doyle Hill. But we also took the opportunity to make sure that we understood that we were celebrating our African American heritage and how important that is to our community. At the Doyle Hill Park is a special sculpture. The sculpture was designed and created by our good friend Ron Huffman, who is our longtime city planning partner. He's worked with us for 25 years. And the sculpture that is there, I'm sure you've seen it, that sculpture is a symbol for the importance of education, what education means to all of us, and it stands for us to be that beacon of understanding that we have to do our very best to make sure everybody has the same education opportunities. Our police department this past year had a wonderful opportunity. We're given an anonymous gift, and the anonymous gift was earmarked for a memorial for the fallen men and women that have given their life in duty, in the line of duty for our community. We created a partnership with Kennesaw State University, and they helped to design this memorial. And in doing so, we designed it, we built it. It's at the police department, and we're so proud of our partnership with Kennesaw State. We also had the opportunity to have one of our officers recognized. You know, the Chamber of Commerce does a really great job. Every single year, they recognize men and women in public safety that do outstanding things. This past year, they recognized one of our officers, Officer Evan Wallace, for his outstanding community service to our community. We created a virtual learning academy to make sure that we kept our kids connected. When the kids couldn't go to school, we connected them in a special way. Very successful program. Csx Grant, we applied for a special Csx Grant, and in doing so, we received certain funding that will be invested in children's programs. Children's services are so important to us and we will be investing this in children's service programs with a very successful summer camp, as well as our youth sports programs, which we have more youth sports programs as far as age groups than any other community that I know of. Here's a great story. This is the Charlie Mae Griffin story. Tim Houston on our city council went to visit Charlie Mae in July of last summer, and realized when he was sitting there talking to her that Charlie Mae had a roof leak. The reason he knew that is her ceiling had fallen in. And he said, Charlie Mae, he said, we got to do something about this. And so he immediately contacted 3 partners, North Star Church, Commercial Roofing Specialties, and Liberty Roofing, and together, they put a new roof on Charlie Mae's house. So here we are in the middle of a pandemic, and we've got people that are coming out to help and be kind. Dick Rosati did a great job with Liberty Roofing. He kind of coordinated all of this, and we're so proud of the job that they did. Freedom Church was one of these drop-off points for Becky Cross's YMCA program. Great partner there. There's Todd Lawless working with Becky and doing such a wonderful job. Again, 300,000 meals came through this program. Freedom Church was one of those distribution points. Acworth Methodist Church, every Tuesday, has a food pantry. And that food pantry, every single Tuesday, is giving out groceries to 250 families every single Tuesday. You know, we're proud of the fact that we create city services that make life better for citizens. In doing so, this is a great example of one of those services. The city, using city funds as well as accessing CDBG, Community Development Block Grant funds, created a program called Meals on Wheels to Seniors. And that Meals on Wheels to Seniors delivered meals every single week to 4 neighborhoods. The 2 Walton neighborhoods overlooking Legacy, as well as Barrington Square, and as well as some housing authority. Now, the way it works was, at the beginning, in the very beginning, we signed up 10 different food partners. And those food partners had a day where they created and would make the meals for the day. Then we had hundreds of volunteers that actually got the meals delivered. 6,800 meals over 30 weeks, and a great example of how we created a program that made life better for our citizens. One of their food partners is the Cater family. And the Cater family is, they have a business out on Highway 41 called Pork Snobs. They were really struggling, and they tell us that when Meals on Wheels to Seniors came along, it was at a critical point, and they credit this program for saving their business. You know, we love to celebrate. There's Nancy Maxwell. It's her birthday, and it was a great celebration there because the men and women that do so much through the Acworth Save the History Foundation created a special award, an award that would recognize other people on a yearly basis that did great efforts for preservation in our community. So thanks to the Save the Acworth History Foundation, and happy birthday, Nancy Maxwell. You know, it was a Friday, a real cold day Friday. I'll never forget this. Back just before Christmas, phone rings, and it was Calvin Deemer, my good friend. And Calvin says, Tommy, he said, the Deemer family and Dave Chevrolet would like to help folks that are struggling with their power bill. And I said, okay. I said, like, what do you want to do? He says, we want to help them. I said, Calvin, that's a lot of people. He said, we want to help. A family wants to do this. And I can tell you this, that the generosity from the Deemer family helped a lot of folks to have a really good Christmas, that without that help, they would not have had a good Christmas. That's the kind of community we have, ladies and gentlemen. Lend EDU is a nationwide lender that tracks the best housing values in all of America, and they've ranked us number 642. You remember how many businesses we said that were in the United States, Randall? You remember? 20,000. That's right. So we're 642. That's a really good ranking. And they're projecting that our growth in the next 10 years is going to be somewhere right around 15%. So as we've been the fastest growing city in all of Cobb County, when you look at it by our percentage, not by numbers, but by our percentage, we also today remain one of the most affordable cities. And we're so proud of that. You know, in a time that where housing values are going up. We just talked about that a minute ago. We still are ranked as having affordable housing in our community. So coming in 2021, we're really excited about this year coming up. You can see right here, these are some of the faces of people that are going to be investing in our community, investing in our quality of life, bringing development and businesses to our community. We're really excited about this upcoming year. We're excited about kind of getting our schedule back to normal. Our tourism team is going to come back with the Art Fest on April the 10th and the 11th. Our Acworth Cultural Arts team will have a performance of On Golden Pond at Roberts School. This April 17th, there's more dates than that, so you go on their line and look at that. I could only get one date on there. That's the one I chose. Rotary is coming back to with Smoke on the Lake, but it's going to be Smoke on the Lake at Logan Farm Park. Don't be confused by that. Please mark your calendars May 7th and 8th, as we will have the largest barbecue festival in all of Cobb County right here at Logan Farm Park. The Art House has got their evening concert on May 22nd. It's going to be live at Logan Farm Park. We're really, really excited. Ollie Patterson's band, the Getaway Band, is going to be the featured band there that night. We're selling tables. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event for us. And the city is excited about coming back with the ABA partnership on July the 4th. We'll be back at the lake, shooting off our fireworks and celebrating our nation's birthday again together. We're so excited about that. You know, we own our own power company, and we're one of about 50 cities that together collectively own MEAG Power. And because we own MEAG Power, we own part of those reactors. There's two. There's Vogtle 3 and Vogtle 4 there at Plant Vogtle. And so Tim Houston tells me that as of November, Tim, raise your hand. As of November, I know you're out there. Don't not raise your hand. November, they're going to actually turn on Vogtle 3. So I know you know that I have a bit of a nuclear science background, but don't ask me about that. Ask Tim Houston exactly how they turn them on. I don't know. But I do know that once they turn this on, that for us here in our community, for the citizens and for the businesses, this is going to bring sustainable and affordable power to this community from Vogtle 3 for the next 50 years. Dr. Daniel Lee, really excited about this, has bought the library. As you know, many of you downtown is in the process of doing the renovation. I've seen the plans. It's going to be really, really great transformation there. And he plans to move his dental practice in and says he'll be open by the end of this year. Here are the Prathers, Steve and Lori Prather. They are building business owners in our downtown business district, and they have recruited a young family to come. And they're going to be opening the fountain in June, as I understand. So I'm going to ask right now Sarah and Jason Spiegel to stand up. I know you're in here. Stand up. Want to thank you for investing in our community, and I'm going to promise you that we're going to do all we can to make sure that you guys are successful. Let's give them a big hand. Here's some great news. The journey continues. Taptown, Bill, Dunk, and Jay Clark, they are ready to have a groundbreaking ceremony. They are building Taptown, which is the eating emporium. They're going to build it right there at the roundabout. And we're really excited as they are getting ready to actually break ground. They're looking at kind of a construction timeline. We talked about this yesterday, a construction timeline. They say they'll be open by this time next year. So we're so excited, and we're so glad that we're getting started with this great project. Dr. Andrew Payne is building his Lake City Chiropractic Complex right here on this property, right down on South Main Street. Andrew, thank you for your investment in our Main Street there. Curley Family Homes, relocating their corporate offices. It's under construction right now. They're relocating down on South Main Street. Fortress Builders has a luxury townhome neighborhood under construction right now at 92 and Logan Road. And my good friend, Skip Harper, who is Fortress Builders, and Kobe Henson, this is neighborhood number 7 for Skip Harper. And if you think about neighborhood number 7 over a period of 16 different years, they have brought, by building quality homes in our community, over 1,200 families to our community. So they've been an important part of our growth story. Here's the Logan. Here's the Logan as our good friend Woody Snell. You know that the Kmart building that was there is not there anymore, thanks to the investment of Woody there, and he is working with our staff right now. We are ready to begin some mixed-use developments this coming year. We believe that this property is going to develop out with multiple mixed-use developments, maybe multiple developers as we get this ready to sell, and we're really excited. Mixed-use development is a combination of both residential, office, and retail there, so we're excited this year. I know that this year, Woody, is going to be a great year for us, so thank you for your investment. Our caboose is going to open on a daily basis. It's coming up this summer as we open the caboose. It becomes kind of a little history center that'll tell our transportation story. We've got quite a story of transportation here in this community. I hope you all check that out. Innovation Compounding is relocating their corporate offices out on Highway 41. And I want to welcome Sean Hodges. He is the president and CEO. He made the decision to move to Acworth, and he's bought the old Power Sports building out there on Highway 41. This is a big move, bringing lots of jobs to our community. We're really excited. Amazon Distribution, you may or may not know this, on 3rd Army Road, they are building a distribution center. It's under construction right now, bringing job opportunities for citizens in our community. We're really excited about that. Out on Highway 41, Home Depot Gas becomes Chipotle Mexican Grill. That's right. And once again, a great reminder of how we as a community have become this dining destination where people from all over the nation are wanting to start restaurants and come here and invest in our community. So we're really excited about this. We're also excited on Cowan Business Corridor there. We have Popeyes and Dairy Queen is both going to open here about midsummer and bringing more jobs to our community. Wayfinding directional signage program there, we're ready to kick that off. Our city council has just authorized staff to take kind of step one, phase one here, and we're excited about what this is going to mean for us. Because, see, we know we have so many things to see here in our community. We're going to be able to effectively move people around in a really special way. We're really excited that John Whelan, who is in the room today, has partnered with Dave Schmidt. And they are ready to break ground and to begin a really unique project in our downtown. It is called The Heritage. It will be a mixed-use development, and we're so excited about that. John Whelan has provided the creativity through J.W. Homes to help us with the mixed-use part of that, the residential office retail part. This was what it'll look like facing Southside Drive with residential on the top. Then facing Lemon Street will be luxury townhomes that are going to have a really unique look with you can see this little balcony kind of upstairs there, and that's facing Lemon Street as well as behind Lemon Street. It's going to be a really great addition to our downtown. Once finished, about 29 different families will be living there. And those 29 families are going to have a lot of spendable income that's going to really impact our downtown. So we're really excited about that. I have to tell you this, that back in 1972, when I first began my business career, I know some of you are thinking, Sheila, that the earth was still melting then, but it wasn't. My very first customer, I was in the building supply business, my very first customer was John Whelan. And I learned so much from you, John, at that time, and John was bigger than life, and he's still bigger than life. So now I've got an opportunity to work with you again, and really excited about your investment in our community and what this is going to mean to us. So now all of you know why building our brand is so important. It's about marketing. It's about bringing people to our community. It's about making sure that we bring people to our community with families that want to raise their families in our community. It's about making sure that we bring people to eat in our restaurants and shop in our shops. It's about making sure that we bring people to recreate, creating tourism that's an economic development driver. Then it's also important that in doing so, that we're bringing people to start businesses and invest in our community like the Spiegels. So, our brand has influence, and it's brought caring people just like you and caring people that have given back to our community so much.
When life brings troubled times that have me down on my knees, there's always been someone to come along and comfort me. A kind word from a stranger to lend a helping hand. A phone call from a friend just to say I understand. Now ain't it kind of funny at the dark end of the road, someone lights the way with just a single ray of hope. Oh, I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you and me in our darkest hour, to show us how to live, to teach us how to give, to guide us with the light of love. They wear so many faces, show up in the strangest places, and grace us with their mercies in our time of need. Oh, I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you and me in our darkest hour, to show us how to live, to teach us how to give, to guide us with the light of love, to show us how to live, to teach us how to give, to guide us with the light of love, to guide us with the light of love. Angels among
You know, ladies and gentlemen, our brand has a great reputation. And we have a reputation that is warm, friendly, loving because of everyone in this room and the people that live in our community. So thank you so much for making us this special place that we're all proud to call home, Acworth, Georgia. We're proud to call home, raise our family, and have a business here. So God bless each one of you and your families. We love you so much. Thank you.
Hey, Tommy, don't go too far. Tommy, listen, it's a real treat every time you come here. We love having you, so we got you a basket of treats. We got some potato chips, and we got a lot of chocolate chip cookies, brownies, a lot of stuff we know you love. And we got this awesome card for you. It's an amazing time, amazing city, and thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you. Thank you again. Good to see you. All right, y'all, don't forget about our events. Make sure you come on and see us. We'd love to have you. Check out our website. Thank you for coming. We are adjourned.